Hey everyone, back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to show you how I achieved this super cute makeup look here. Super easy. I use the Morphe palette. This is the Morphe N15. This is the Night Master palette. I got this palette in the goodie bag that I got whenever I went to jazz makeup class. So if you haven't already, make sure to check out that vlog. I also have a few other videos coming very soon, so if you would like to get notified when I do upload those, make sure to hit the notification bell. That'll notify you when I do upload a new video. If you really enjoyed watching this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up so I know that you really liked it and you like kind of watching these kind of videos. If you do have any other suggestions on what you would like to see next, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, peace. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off our skin with the makeup wipe. This just ensures that our skin is clean and prep before we layer on all those beautiful layers of foundation. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with the brows. Y'all know the routine. I love to do my brows with the Dip Brow by Anastasia. If you guys would like an updated eyebrow routine video, let me know. I haven't done one of those in a while, so I'm just gonna fill in my brows. My brows were looking snatched because I had just got them threaded. I'm gonna go ahead and carve out. Now I'm carving out just the lower part of my brow. Previously I would do the top and the bottom, but we're just gonna stick to the bottom today. I'm just cleaning that up and blending it out with a smaller little brush. As an eyelid primer and a base, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape as a base and a concealer. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my lids. I like to blend it out with my finger first. I just feel that it blends out the product nicely like this. So I do that first, and then I blend out with the brush on top. That just takes away any little streaks. I feel if I use a brush the first time to blend it out, it absorbs most of the product. So that is why I like to use my finger to blend it out first. Take the Night Master palette N15 by Morphe, and I'm going to be using the shade Selfie, and I'm going to use that with a Morphe brush, and I'm just going to use that as a blending color. I'm going to sweep that over my eyelids and kind of like circular little motions. I like to do circular motions instead of windshield wiper motions. I just feel that it blends out the eyeshadow a lot nicer this way. Take the color Custom. This is just a basic kind of nude color. It's a matte color. I'm going to use that to blend out the color that I used as a blending shade. Next, I'm going to be taking the color Selfie and Goals, and I'm going to mix those two together, and I'm going to focus those kind of in the socket of my crease on the outer end, and I'm basically going to create an illusion of light to dark. This is just going to define the lid and give my eye a little bit more definition. Small circular little motions, kind of only focusing that at the tail of the brow. So next, I'm taking the color Va Va Boom, and I'm using a small little precise packing brush. I like to use this brush and really pack the darker color out in the edge. I feel like this really smokes out the look and really gives it a more sultrier kind of vibe. I'm going to take this small little ColourPop palette, and I'm going to use a palette that's called Take Me Home. When I first originally started doing this look, whenever I do film any kind of makeup look, I usually just wing this shit. So I started off using this kind of like orangey brown kind of color, and it has like little gold like shimmers in it. In the palette, it looks very pretty. When I put it on my eyelid, it really wasn't coming out how I wanted to. I went through with it, and I wanted to leave this footage in the video because it shows like I end up putting another color right on top of it, and it really just changed the look. So I just wanted to leave this footage in there to say that just because you start out doing a look and it doesn't end up coming out how you thought it would come out, like, don't wipe your makeup off. Like, you can always change it and tweak it to whatever you feel like wearing that day. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite liquid liner to line my eyes. I'm going to use the NYX Matte Black Liquid Liner. This is like seriously one of my favorite liquid liners. Doesn't smudge. It's super matte black. It doesn't have that vinyl kind of shiny coat on top. I really enjoy using this eyeliner. If you haven't used this liquid liner, I definitely recommend for you to give it a try, bitch. You will not be sorry. Morphe synthetic kind of angled brush, and I'm mixing a little bit of moisturizer, putting it on the tip of the brush. I'm using that to kind of swipe up and clean up the mess that I might have made with the liquid liner, and then I kind of use a makeup wipe to just kind of clean up the edges around it. So guys, this is where I change my color. So I go in with like a beige kind of matte kind of color, and I just put that directly on top of that uglier brown orange color, and it completely like changed the look. It kind of gave me like a soft kind of soft cut crease type of look without actually having to cut my crease. And I just kind of used packing motions to kind of just pack that right on top. You do want to make sure to go back and clean up anything, so I'm using my NYX liquid liner to clean up the edges where the shadow might have fell on top. Go ahead and stack them lashes on, girl, because we all know the lashes make a fucking difference. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and line kind of the crease where my imaginary crease would be, and I'm lining that with the NYX kind of glitter liquid liners in the color gold, I believe. I'll leave it in the I'll leave it in the description box down below. But I really feel like the liquid liner kind of changes up the look. Make sure to always go back and clean up any areas that have got glue on them, girl, got eyeshadow glitter. That cannot be visible, bitch. I'm telling you. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Dr. Brandt's Pour No More as a primer. At this point, I have already moisturized my skin. Using the Hard Candy Green Concealer to color correct my little red blemishes. In case you were wondering or you did not know, green cancels out red. So if you do have like a little red spot or acne spot or whatever you want to cover that is red, slap some fucking green concealer on that hoe, put some foundation on top, and you good to fucking go, okay? I'm gonna blend out my color correcting with the Morphe sponge. Dude, when I tell you this sponge is freaking awesome, it is the best sponge I have ever tried. I also used 3 different foundations for my foundation. Don't give me no shit, bitch. I just like to mix my shit all together because I just really like the kind of outcome that I get with using all 3. I use the Smashbox 15 Hour Wear Foundation, the LA Color Matte Foundation, and the LA Girl just regular foundation. I mix that up on the back of my hand, dab that shit all over my face, and then I blend it out with the damn beauty sponge, which is from Morphe, which is Obsessed. I really enjoy using this sponge because it's like has like a sharp edge, and I like to use that around the hairline. I like to use that to carve out my contour. Next, I'm using the ColourPop, and I'm using 2 different shades to kind of give me a lighter, brighter look in the center. So I use a color that's similar to my skin tone but a little bit lighter first, and then here that's when I go in with the lighter foundation, just putting that kind of in the mid face to give me that bright open eye appearance. I really enjoyed using these concealers. This was actually the first time that I've ever used them. They set well with my normal translucent powder. They meshed well with my foundation and my highlighter. So overall, I really do enjoy using these concealers. Previously, I would have been using the Tarte Shape Tape, which is really good, but the Sharp Tape is freaking $28, and these concealers, I actually got them on sale. They were $5 each. Normally they are $6, so still very affordable. So if you're looking for a good concealer, definitely try those out. I'm gonna set the entire face and bake that shit for a few minutes with the RCMA No Color Translucent Powder. This is actually a ColourPop concealer. I just got her as a darker shade to kind of contour and give me that bronzy look. Bitch, I was intimidated a little bit because I didn't know they were gonna be this pigmented, and it looks like I freaking had a helmet on my forehead. But don't worry, as long as you blend that shit out and you good, okay? Just blend that shit. I'm going back in here with the Brooklyn Beauty Blender to blend that shit out because I was like shook with the amount of pigment. So do be careful with these concealers. If you do go with the darker shade, less is more. The powder that I had on my face that was baking and setting my foundation. I'm blending that out with the Wet n Wild stippling brush. I'm going to go ahead and take my Stila light bronzer, and I'm going to use that to set the cream concealer that I use to give me that bronzy looking glow. I know I'm looking hella kind of looking funny right now, but once I carve out my contour, and that should be making me look snatched. So it's a process. It's not like a one step and you're done. No, bitch, it's multiple layers, multiple powders. It's like a long ass process. You be like breathing hard and dehydrated at the end of the day when you're doing your makeup. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight to the motherfucking gods with the #1 ABH and Amrezy collaboration highlight. One of the freaking best highlights that I have been using. And contour my nose. I like to make it look a little bit more slimmer because I feel like a bitch got the wide nose, and I like to use makeup to make it look slimmer. If you'd like to see a kind of updated video on how I do that, make sure to let me know. I'm going to use the famous Milani Luminoso blush in the color Berry Amore, one of my favorites. Then I'm also going to take a nude liner. This liner is from Rimmel. It is a nude liner. This is just going to give the illusion of my eyes looking bigger because they be having chinky small little eyes, and I'm just having to use makeup to fix my imperfections. Fortunately, I forgot to film my lip portion of this video, but I did remember to record this. I'm just spraying and setting my entire with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. That's pretty much the entire video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
He hates the camera. So pretty much for the entire eye look, I used this. I like gashed my blush.